You are given 300 million to make a movie, but it has to bomb at the box office or else you die. What do you make? Someone sitting in a room, hand counting the $300 million bills. But every now and then he loses count and has to start over. Live action Yu-Gi-Oh movie with real-time card matches, no CGI and official rule with current ban list. Take 295M as the exec producer and make the movie with amateurs and filmed on a cell phone. Something with a 10-hour runtime, an enormously complicated storyline, no particular actors of note and a trailer that's full of long dead jokes. Moving the Dot, the story of the Dewey Decimal System edit. Thank you kind stranger for the gold. Looks like I'm totally going to die. Everyone is interested in seeing this movie. I remember a Twitter post saying recreate the Twilight movies, but instead of Robert Pattinson as Edward, it's Kanye West, except she doesn't know he's an actor in the movie. So I'd probably do that. A live-action adaptation of another manga anime cartoon. Black Panther remake with an all-white cast. Coming this summer. It's the sequel nobody asked for, and nobody wanted. Super Mario Bros. 2. Same cast, same plot. X200B. Live-action Gaio. A buddy road trip movie that takes place in the Rwandan genocide. And then they go back in time for some reason. Guy buys $300 million worth of stuff, the motion picture. The Last Airbender 2, with the same cast and everything, except that Iroh is completely cut from the story and Appa has been replaced with a regular donkey. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a struggling elderly man whose life dream is to be a party clown. He eventually becomes a clown and everyone is terrified of him. No idea yet, but it will take at least 50 years to make it. I get the money up front, right? Another Robin Hood movie no one asked for. Kevin Spacey playing a guy accused of sexual assault but is innocent. I'd have Harvey Weinstein producing it and playing a cameo of himself. Paul Blart time traveling through history on a Segway solving all the world's past wrongs. Paul Blart stops World War I, World War II, 9/11, Columbine, his original movies act. Holmes and Watson 2. Monopoly the movie starring Kevin Hart and The Rock as billionaire brothers that are trying to destroy each other's real estate empires, not realizing the true real estate empire is that of the heart. Sense and Sensibility in Space. Sci-fi fans will hate the period drama and period drama fans will hate the sci-fi. Remake Rambo as a musical. With Stallone doing his own singing. Edit RIP my inbox, I didn't think it would explode like this as I normally do not get more than a reply or two on average, or even more than 10 or so upvotes, especially on this subreddit, so thanks for all the good karma. An urban reimagining of A Clockwork Orange starring Jaden Smith as Alex DeLarge. Funnily enough, a friend and I once sneaked into a fancy downtown, Philadelphia, party that happened to be a bunch of movie and music and television people. We were dressed okay for us but we stuck out as disgusting among such fancy and rich people. When people asked us what we did in the business we'd say screenwriters and my friend gave the answer above. It earned a lot of strange yet thoughtful looks, so if this abomination gets made in a few years, sorry. A remake of Mrs. Doubtfire starring Kevin Spacey. Edit, apparently I can spell or predict movie trends. Edit to Electric Boogaloo, thanks for the silver. The trick is, hire legit good writers and good actors and film a great movie for $290 million. Then make a terrible recut of the film using bad takes, stand-ins for the famous actors, leaving out important plot points, using test versions of the CGI footage, crappy stock music on synthesizers, etc. Put this version in the theaters under a dumb name, without doing any advertising and watch it bomb. Then a year later you can spend the remaining $10 million to put the good version of the film, with the right title, in theaters. Make back your $300 million and more in revenue, so this whole exercise hasn't been a dumb waste of time. 3 hours of Java programming with an anxious, stoned guy. That's the title. X200B edit, thank you for making me manually read every comment on this thread. Also for the silver gold, though I wish I just included a PayPal pay me link when I originally posted just in case. A Western with Katherine Heigl. Harry Potter and the Influence of Climatic Legacies on the Distribution of Dryland Biocrust Communities, 2020. You have to make it extremely generic and not appealing. Anything too ridiculous will garner people watching it just to dick around. So I'd call it The Man with a Plan. It's a generic action movie. Star a bunch of no-name actors. They have to stop the Russian mob boss from bombing the home of the main character. The main character has one character trait, being a dad. A big-budget epic adaptation of Finnegan's Wake. Springtime for Hitler. an adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird that is about a spy named Mockingbird, played by Leslie Jones, and all the people trying to kill her. She'd have a CGI sidekick who is an anthropomorphic bird named Finch voiced by Amy Schumer. And it wouldn't be a comedy. Thank you for the gold. Alien Invasion Tomato Monster Mexican Armada Brothers who are just regular brothers running in a van from an asteroid and all sorts of things. The movie. I'd make a movie so close to being a porno that it gets banned from regular theaters. Steven Seagal stars in Fat Martial Artist in Russia. I would make the absolute best movie about the life of Martin Luther King Jr. that could ever be made. I make it to where you feel as if you stand next to him as he marches across the Selma Bridge. It would be a move that would make even the most entrenched racist rethink their life. Then I would digitally lighten the skin of the person who played MLK to where they are just enough black to still be considered black and anonymously leak that information on Reddit. A Jar Jar backstory. The musical. 2.5 hours of the loudest, most piercing screams over experimental noise music with a black screen that flashes the words "fuck you" every 20 seconds. I could make that for free. Keep the 300 mil as pure profit. Always a risk making a deliberately bad film. Still, I think it would be a good idea to commission a comedy, based on whatever was cool last year. I'm thinking emoji movie type idea. Maybe I'll commission Flappy Bird. Do a couple of read-throughs. Any joke that gets a laugh, I'll personally rewrite to make funnier. Sack the director halfway through. After completion, demand arbitrary scenes are cut. What Women Want, Part 2, starring Bill Cosby. Edit, Zip Zop Zoobity Bop. Thanks for the silver and gold. A remake of the Harry Potter series, but everything J.K. Rowling has retconned on Twitter. Pottermore is not only in the movie, but made incredibly obvious. I make an animated movie with my friends and call it Doggy Style. We voice all the characters and make it more raunchy and less politically correct than Sausage Party. The main storyline is about an old male dog with a small dong who can't find work. He finds a niche porn fetish for small peepees and goes for an audition. He makes it so big in the industry that he moves on to banging normal paw stars. Adriana Barkic, Peta Jensen, Dillian Barker, Christy Snack, Janice Woffith, etc. You get the idea. I then pay $100 million from that budget to foreign agents to call in threats to anyone seeing the movie opening weekend. No one goes to see it. I live, and it probably becomes a cult classic after its DVD Blu-ray release due to all the controversy. A Harry Potter remake where Harry is a black woman called Hannah and Ron is a buff lady called Ruby and Hermione is a boy called Henry. Everything else is the same other than Voldemort is a drag queen still played by Ralph Fiennes. Edit, obligatory thanks for my first award. Time-traveling zombies that travel back in time to eat themselves, therefore stopping the outbreak before it starts, but alas, them traveling back to stop the outbreak is what caused it. Written by M. Night Shyamalan. Edit, you guys weren't supposed to like the idea. Guess I'll die at it. Thank you for the gold. That's the movie. A musical about Hitler. Theresa May, the musical.